very knowledgeable of what is going on this afternoon. We've reached out to some local officials, and we're going to be feeding you some information. Again, welcome in on MixTV.tv, Mix 1041 on the radio, and then anywhere around the world on the free Mix 1041 app. From Insurance Incorporated, this is our severe weather coverage. We're going to start off with something that happened, probably the latest thing that's happened, and that's when the National Weather Service issued a tornado watch for Bradley County, Meigs County, Ray County, Hamilton County, Sequatchie, Monroe, Rome, Marion, McMinn. Really, basically, all of our listening area out there is underneath this tornado watch, and it began around 11:35, 11:40, as Bridget was doing her final check-in just a few minutes ago, and it will be until at least 5 or 5:05 this afternoon for this tornado watch. Now, just to kind of reiterate what a tornado watch means, I know a lot of us, and me, including myself, sometimes you hear tornado watch, tornado warning, and you kind of want to know the difference and what you should be able to be prepared for. So let's just kind of break that down for those maybe listening in and watching in this afternoon. A tornado watch means that the weather conditions for tornadoes are favorable during the next few hours. A watch usually covers a large area, which this does, of several cities, counties, and sometimes even multiple states, and we are seeing that right now as well. Now, what you should do underneath a tornado watch, which again we're under till 5 o'clock this afternoon, locate family members and pets, just so you know, kind of get a count the row on, see where everybody's at, review your family disaster plan, including where you would take shelter if it changes from a watch to a warning, and just stay aware. Make sure your phone is charged. Make sure that you have communications, lines of communications with places like us here at WCLE, the Mix 1041 app, Mix TV. Just make sure that every possible way that you can, whether it's having, like again, your phone completely charged, those type things, just get prepared for what possibly could be moving forward, especially as this storm that we're tracking that's around the, really around the Murfreesboro area right now. Nashville, they're the ones getting hammered for that, as you can see on our live radar images there on MixTV.tv. We're also keeping an eye on Huntsville. There is a small band of showers passing right now. The radar is showing us close to Chattanooga, Dalton, Calhoun area. They're getting, I guess you would say, that first wave of small showers, but those still could really pack a punch. But going back to the tornado watch, meaning that weather conditions for tornadoes are favorable during the next few hours. That's usually a large area, and it usually covers several hours, so that's why we're underneath the watch. Now, basically what a tornado warning is, which we went under that, if you remember, back earlier this week, a warning is when a tornado has been sighted or indicated by weather radar. A warning means that it's time to take action because there is imminent danger to life and property, which we saw there in the Georgetown area on Tuesday evening. So that is something that, again, the watch means to get prepared. If we come on or you hear anywhere on any platform that we have that we move from a watch to a warning, that means that something has been cited or indicated by weather radar. So that is much more of a severity once we go from a watch to a warning. I just wanted to clarify that. Sometimes I even ask myself with family, watch, warning, which one's better? Which one's, when I say better, which one is the least dangerous? Watch, which is what we're under right now, is something that we have that up on MixTV.tv as well. Going on to 5:05 this afternoon, really for all of our listening area. It does cover multiple states as well. It is something that is going to be a part of what is going on. All right, so now we can also move on to other things that people are tuning into, probably very important to you right now, is those folks, as we get into this tornado watch that we're under right now, you may want to think about if you live in a prefabricated home, something that's not quite as stable as it should be, as we will be experiencing very, very high winds. We'll get into that in just a few minutes. Bradley County, they have told us that the storm ready rooms will open at 1 o'clock. So here in about 45 to 55 minutes, the Bradley County storm ready rooms will open, and we're going to tell you those locations. Again, if you're someone, maybe you know someone that lives in one of those prefab homes or one that you feel is not not really stable or safe during the gust of winds, the longevity of the burst of winds we're going to see over these next several hours. You may want to see if you can entice them to go to one of these storm ready rooms. They're located here at these 4 locations. Menace Road, Fire Station 11. That's going to be at 365 Menace Road here in Cleveland. Of course, all these will be in Cleveland. Dalton Pike, Fire Station 12. We have this up on Mix TV for you as well, which is located at 2015 New Street right here in Cleveland. Georgetown Road, Fire Station 13. And the location for that is 5345 Georgetown Road. And then Walker Valley High School is also one of those storm-ready rooms, and they're located on Lauderdale Memorial Highway, of course, on the campus there of Walker Valley High School. So those are your storm-ready rooms. They will be open for those people that need to seek shelter starting at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Now, let's go back to the National Weather Service and our local EMA and all the people that's working hard for you this afternoon to do everything they can to keep us safe, keep all the information falling into us. We will give you the latest information that they receive from the National Weather Service. Now, we have, when we talk about risk levels, they start at 0 and they go all the way up to a 5. So 0 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. We have moved up from that tornado risk. Now that we're underneath that tornado watch, we moved up from 2 earlier in the day. If you're tuning in the morning show, we were about a 2 at that time. Now we have moved up to a 3. So that is ticked up just a little bit. Damaging winds, which is the thing that everybody is very concerned about with down power lines, down trees on power lines, and those type of things going on. We are in a category risk 4. When I say category risk, that's 4 out of potentially a 5 being the highest. So damaging winds locally could be up to 70 miles an hour at times. We're already seeing a lot of wind out there this afternoon, those big gusts of wind. So be sure that you're not on the interstate traveling around in a big vehicle that you know is easier for the wind to grab a hold of and kind of shift you around side to side. As far as the hail damage, that is something that's a little bit less. That is a 1 out of 5 on the risk. And then flooding, since this is such a fast-moving system that's going to be coming through, we're at a 1 out of 5 on that. They don't anticipate this storm sticking around very long. It's going to be something that is going to be in and out. Now, Austin, I know a while ago you were putting up some images that we received from our local 3 news partners. If you wouldn't mind putting those back up. What we're looking at is what we're anticipating from around 2 o'clock this afternoon. The large part of this is going to be coming across the Chattanooga area, Red Bank area, Soddy Daisy. That's when we're looking for the major part of this to be there around that time. Now, as far as about 1:43, 1:45 this afternoon, that's when it's going to be in the South Pittsburgh area, Stevenson, Alabama area, just west of us here. And then at that time of 2:15, 2:20, it's going to reach the Chattanooga area. 2:47, that is probably our targeted time that we're going to be concerned about. It's going to be moving from that Chattanooga area, heading west towards us. East towards us. It's going to be in the Cleveland, the Collegedale, the Athens area around 2:47, according to Local 3 and their potential radar there. And then by 3:15 to 3:30, it moves on over to Etowah, just on the outer edges of Athens. Then it moves down to the Chatsworth, Calhoun area. Really, by about 3:30, it appears that Cleveland is going to be out of this storm. So really from about 2:15 to 3:30-ish, that according to Local 3 and the latest radars that they have, that is the timeline that we're looking for us to be at the most heightened state that we should be, again, as Austin has up on mixtv.tv right now, around 2:45, 2:47 is when we're going to be really saturated with the rain and different things like that. But the good thing about it is that this is a smaller band. It's going to pack a punch, folks. Don't let your guard down. It's not going to be something that is just going to be through in a minute or two, but it is something that we feel by the time we get to 3:30, almost 4 o'clock, that this is going to be through a lot of our listening area besides Polk County and besides some of those areas down in the Dalton, Georgia area. Those areas, they still may be experiencing some of that during that time frame. But again, that is pretty much here at the noon hour what we can tell you. That's what we got as far as a nutshell. Again, we have moved up something that we're probably the most concerned about, that risk level for tornadoes. We went from a 2 earlier today to a 3. 5 is the highest. We are underneath that tornado watch to 5 o'clock this afternoon. The storm ready rooms are open at 1 o'clock today. Very quickly, again, Menace Road, Fire Station 11, Dalton Pike, Fire Station 12, Georgetown Road, Fire Station 13, and Walker Valley High School. Those are the 4 places you can go if you feel that your structure or maybe the place that you live could not withstand 75-plus mile-an-hour winds. We definitely would encourage you to make sure that you maybe go to one of those storm-ready rooms and spend a few hours, okay? So that's something that we definitely want to pass along. All right, so we're going to come back. I know Steve Hartline and others will be, MixTV.tv will be coming back live probably close to 1 o'clock as we get more to that timeline that we're looking at. Again, as we look at live radar right now, Austin, if you don't mind, can you put the live radar back up as we're getting ready to get out of the break here? And you can pretty much see that what's going on is the storms are in the Murfreesboro area, the Nashville area, Huntsville. Those are the areas right now that is getting the hardest hit at this particular time. All right, so that's going to be the latest that we have for you, and we will take a break right here. We'll come back in just a few minutes, so make sure you stay with us. It is severe weather coverage presented by Insurance Incorporated. We'll come back with more information in just a little bit. Stay with us, but right now, news.